of my lovely peeps in YouTube land. What we're doing today is we're baking what I named, because I made up the recipe for the topping, bottoming, whatever you want to call it. We're calling it Not Yo Mama's Pineapple Upside Down Cake. Now, the key to making this different is what I do is I put a whole stick of butter in a saucepan, turn the heat on and get it melted. Now once that's melted, you're going to have to turn it down on medium low because it's going to cook for a few minutes. And then what I do is take a can of Dole crushed pineapples, throwing the name Dole out because it is the best in my opinion. And before we really get started and while my butter's melting, I want to give a shout out to 4 places. A shout out to Crowder's Pharmacy in Bedford because they have the best pharmacists that I have ever met. They're kind, they're sweet, you're not a number, you're a name to them. And I love all y'all. I want you to know that. I do. Second place is Harvest Rehab, Health and Rehabilitation. It's in Bedford as well, Bedford, Indiana. They have the most wonderful staff and they're cheery and upbeat. They don't allow you to be depressed, and that's good. And when Armanda calls you and gets you started into rehab, when she called me, my nurse was here, and I had it on speakerphone. When I hung up with Armanda and making my first appointment, my nurse looked at me and said, she makes me want to go to rehab and I don't even need it. So that's how good they are. The third, and I did allow Hafiz to do acupuncture on me, which is a miracle because I hate needles. But I let him do it, and he has eased a lot of the pain in my neck and shoulder doing that. Third place, I want to give a shout out to is Dr. Christina Bickford's office in Bedford. Wonderful nurses, and you cannot get a better doctor than Dr. Bickford. She is a very lovely human being, and she's beautiful too, and that don't hurt nothing. And then fourth is to IU Hospital in Bedford. I had to go in for a lung scan last week, or a chest scan last week there, and for a lung scan this week. We just got back from there a little while ago. They are so sweet and kind, and they understood that I have panic attacks. So, I mean, they worked with me on it. But I wanted to give a good shout out to every one of those people because you're all great, and you all deserve that Daisy Award that I saw the advertisement in the office for.
And mentioned that Harvest and Crowder's have both tasted this.
Yes, Harvest and Crowder's has both tasted this, and every one of them said, please put that on video, we want to learn how to make it. That's how good this is. I don't like regular pineapple upside down cake, but I could eat this till the cows come home, as the old saying goes. Okay, now the butter is pretty well melted, so I'm adding this can of crushed pineapple, juice and all, because you can't get too much pineapple in a pineapple upside down cake. Even the Not Ya Mama pineapple upside down cake. And then I'm going to stir it good. Excuse me, peeps. I gotta wash my hands. I had to cough. You can't be too clean. You can't. Well, everybody has to get dirty, but you know.
Yeah, you could be too clean. Don't be like Monk.
Yeah, you don't want to be like Monk, but you want to be, with your food, you really want to be clean. And that's something I am. Okay, now we're going to add, this is 2 cups of packed brown sugar. We're going to add that to it. Now, just so you know, this mix makes enough for 2 cakes. And it looks so good. And it smells so good. Now, we're going to put in 1 teaspoon.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh, you got it already. Thank you. I was wondering where my teaspoon went. Of cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
And I just take the lid off because I hate sticking stuff down in that hole. But you don't want to overpower it with the cinnamon. That's why I only use 1. And some people don't like cinnamon a lot. This gives it a faint taste of it, but for the most part, it just colors the mix. You start mixing that in, and you're going to want a 1/2 teaspoon of clove. Where did I put my cloves?
I think you put it back in the cabinet.
Did I? Yeah, I did. I ain't wearing my glasses. That does say ground. You want to put in a 1/2 teaspoon. So what I'll do is just fill this about half full. I like using a whole teaspoon, but some people don't like the taste of clove that much. And you don't want to overpower it unless you really love cloves.
Yeah,
which
cloves,
I do.
a little bit goes a long way with cloves.
Yes, and it smells so good. Okay, you stir that in real good. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to let this sit and simmer until it gets a nice glossy look.
Yep.
This is what it'll look like.
That's the one that we made yesterday.
We made it yesterday. And we're going to be putting it into the already buttered.
That's what
Here,
it.
put it.
That's what it'll look like
Yeah.
when it's completely done, finished.
And it even thickens more while baking. And is this set?
Yeah, I already said it.
Preheated it. And the only thing different about our cake is it's really moist and really fluffy. And what I do,
we use Betty Crocker French vanilla cake
use
mix.
Betty Crocker French vanilla cake mix. But what I did is had her take where it said
the trick with
half
any
a cup of oil, you use 1/2 cup of
the
melted
trick
butter.
with the trick with any boxed cake mix is if it says 1 cup of water, use 1 cup of milk. If it says a half a cup of butter, or half a cup of oil, use half a cup of butter.
And use
Whatever,
real butter,
yeah.
salted butter. Melt it down, and it's the same thing. But it makes it moisture and really, really good.
It makes it taste more homemade.
Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah, it may add a few calories. But the taste, oh my gosh, the taste to it is awesome. Okay, now this, she's going to show you what this looks like after you put it in the pan.
Ooh, put down one too fast.
Now, that's what it looks like. Now, she is going to put the batter on top of that.
I gotta try to hold. Okay.
Here, I'll hold it.
Well, it's kind of perfectly aimed at the
Okay.
so.
You just spread it over top of it. And people, you're going to love this cake. If you don't, there's something wrong. Because it is absolutely delightful. You sit down and eat that and you think you've had a whole box of chocolates. It's better than chocolate, in my opinion. I'm not real big on chocolate. And you just scrape your bowl good with your spatula. And
Get as much out of it as you
get
can.
all of that out. If you've got kids, at least leave them enough to lick. Because that was my favorite part of growing up, was licking the cake bowl after Mom made cake. Okay, now she's going to put that in the oven.
Yeah, we're going to put it in the oven, and then
We're going to let this stew, and we will, it's been on for about 3 minutes, or 4 at the max. And we'll time how long it takes to get it done.
And we'll be back to show you the finished product and let you know how long it took.
Exactly.
Oven set at 350. The box will tell you, like what to set it on for what kind of.
And you just set it on whatever the box says.
So.
And you watch it because.
Yeah, you want to watch it. You got to.
The top of the cake is going to crack.
Yeah.
But. People, this is one of the best cakes I ever
We'll tell
ate.
you how long it took in her gas oven with a cast iron skillet. And just cook it until the top's brown, good golden brown. And you stick, with this, because it's pretty thick, so I stuck a butter knife in yesterday's. Stick it in, and when it comes out clean. When it comes out, it's a little bit easier on a knife, though, because it's just a flat surface. But when it comes out clean, then you know it's done. But we'll be back. All right.
Okay, our beautiful, beautiful peeps. This is what your Not Yo Mama's pineapple upside down cake looks like. I'm going to slice into it and you'll see how heavenly the center of it is even.
And it took about 40 minutes in a cast iron skillet in her gas oven.
And I got a good gas stove.
You might have to adjust times if you have electric oven or if you use a different baking dish or whatever.
Yeah, because electric doesn't do as good as, in my opinion.
But like we said, when you stick a knife in it, I stuck it down like right in the middle. Well, it was the other side, but I stuck it down the middle when it comes out clean.
And when our royal taste tester gets here, we'll have her leave a comment online, but she couldn't be here before my daughter has to take the phone that we're recording with.
And go to work.
So, we probably won't get the royal taste tester's opinion, but
not on camera, but we'll tell her to go over the video and leave a comment, and then she can tell y'all.
This is what the inside looks like. So, there you have it.
Nice and pretty and fluffy.
The Not Yo Mama's pineapple upside down cake. This is Kathy and Phyllis. We're signing off for this week, and we'll be back next week with another wonderful either meal or just another recipe that we want to throw together. And we normally, if it's something that she and I have concocted together, we usually do it on camera and get it and don't rehearse doing it beforehand. We want everything good, bad, or ugly. We want all comments on what you think of this cake. Thank you very much, and bye-bye to all you wonderful peeps.